Hi, I'm Susan Schaefer, and I'm the publisher of Island Arts Magazine. I'd like to welcome you to Artist Talk. Welcome to Artist Talk. Today we are
Thank you.
talking to Rudy Stussi all the way from Berlin, Germany. And we have a bit of a history. I met Rudy in late 1980s in Toronto, and just recently we were able to reconnect during over the internet. So I'd say good morning here in Canada and good evening, Rudy. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Susan.
So when did you actually leave Toronto?
Well, actually, 2012, no, 2011.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason was I married again, and we had my wife is a Berliner, and we had two children, and they're now 8 and 10.
So I've always been attracted to your painting style as a free form and, as we say, distorted perspective.
Yeah. Yes.
And it came across the other day when one of my Facebook friends wanted to loosen up on their building paintings, and I immediately thought of you, Rudy, and I sent them to your website and said, check out
Right.
this guy. So I hope you're still working in that.
Yeah, yeah, I am. I mean, I keep thinking of different angles too. I keep thinking of different new ways to do things. I've been working for a while now with adding extensions to the canvas so that I get away from the rectangle, which I don't like rectangles very much. They're too, you know,
Informed.
yeah, boring actually. And I like free shapes. I think that's much more dynamic and exciting, and so I try to do that. And this is the latest way I have of doing this. I
Mhm.
also used to cut out sometimes an idea, a painting idea, a sketch. I used to cut it out of plywood, and then I would paint the plywood, and that would be free form, right?
Mhm.
And that worked for me. Yeah.
Well, when I met you in Toronto, you were working. I think you're mostly working in watercolor, and you were the president of the Canadian
Well,
Society of Painters
yes,
for
that's right.
watercolors.
Yeah.
So are you
But I
still
was
involved?
always doing oils too.
Oh, okay.
And I still do lots of watercolors and I do oils. And when I just finished a big commission last summer and fall in Switzerland to do wall paintings, uh, and in fact, a whole room, including ceiling, which was
Oh, right
quite a
onto the
challenge.
wall? Right
Yeah,
onto the wall? Oh,
yeah, real
wow.
murals. And
On
it filled
site.
the whole room. And I did some outside as well in a sporting goods store, oddly enough, in Lenzerheide. And it was a big thrill to do that. And it was also physically demanding. And because of the corona complications, I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to have had. But we got it done, and that was quite amazing. That's all acrylic. Yeah.
So I've gone through your resume. You've got quite a lot of accolades here on your website. Is there
Thank
something
you.
in particular that you're really proud of?
Well, I guess one thing, I did have a couple of exhibitions in the museum of the painter named H.R. Giger. Have you ever heard of him?
No, but you wrote about him in your article here.
Yes, he's a Swiss artist
Okay.
who designed the aliens, et cetera, in Alien for Ridley Scott, and he won an Oscar for that.
Okay.
And we became friends because his
Oh,
ex-wife gave him my book, and we became friends. And he asked me to exhibit at his museum in Gruyere, which is where the cheese comes from, too.
yes.
And that was a big thrill. I really enjoyed doing that, and it was a great opportunity. And we were very close. Unfortunately, I did a second exhibition there, but just before the second exhibition, he died. But we went through with the exhibition.
And what year was that?
Well, that was 2005, and then again in 2015 is when I did
Okay,
those.
yeah, the H.R.
Giger, yeah.
Giger Museum. Okay. Imagine yourself. Well, we
I
were
also
thinking,
did a few years ago. I did a book. This you haven't seen this book.
no.
It's called Askew.
Okay.
It's German and English, and that was printed in Berlin 2014. And it actually has also an explanation of my perspective. Hey. And I'll show you the pages.
Okay, yes, I was going to ask you about that. You say you like to take the X and Y and distort them.
Yeah, you see the last one
Oh,
there, that
yes.
one there, that's mine. That's my perspective.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a real perspective too, because everything gets smaller with distance.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it makes it believable to the eye, and yet it's not realistic. That's what I love about it. And it
Well,
can be
that, yeah,
dynamic
it's,
with buildings.
yeah, distorted
Yeah,
perspective. Perspective.
yeah,
Right on. So,
yeah.
do you have a background in drafting or architecture, or is this drawing?
No,
Like, how did you come up with
I'll
this?
tell you, it's kind of funny. In a way, I think I started painting buildings and cities because I'm Swiss and I think I missed the mountains, you know, where I
Mm-hmm.
was. So I started doing, because they also, buildings also have dramatic shapes against the sky and stuff, or can
Mm-hmm.
do. And so that got me going, I think.
Well, they certainly have a lot of old heritage buildings with character in Toronto, so there'd be no lack of reference there.
Oh yeah, no, I've done a lot of paintings of Toronto, of course, too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, you take care of yourself, and
You too, Susan, and thank you very
well,
much for this great opportunity. Nice to talk to you too.
yeah, it's
You know.
really nice to talk
Yes.
to somebody without a mask on their face. There.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Rudy.
Okay.
Take
Thank
care.
you very
Bye.
much, Susan.
Bye.
Take care.